show.
Hello, thank you.
And today Michael's going to be talking to us about a new upcoming program that's going to be implemented in Bowmanville and the Clarington area called Bowmanville Reko.
That's it. We're excited to begin next month.
Yep. So why don't we dive in? You tell us all about this program.
Yeah, so Reko, R-E-K-O, it began in Finland. It's a Finnish trade model, and it means fair consumption. And basically, we're a local food network, and we're using a Facebook group to connect the different farms and local bakeries and businesses with our customers. And it's all managed through our Facebook group. We pre-order everything, and we meet once per week, everybody, to do our exchange. That's the market.
All right. So what type of vendors will you have for this Bowmanville Reko?
Yeah, so the idea with the Reko is to start a new Reko ring in many different communities. So we have a lot of farmers from all around the greater Clarington area, just north, east, and west of here. So we're going to try to have a variety of fresh seasonal produce that's slowly coming along. We're going to have different meat vendors. So we do have some grass-fed beef, we have some pork, we have some lamb that's going to be starting up. Also producers that do different value adding with these products and make sausages and pies and whatnot. We're going to have maple syrup. We're going to have local Ontario honey. We're going to have gluten-free baking. And it's kind of slowly shaping and expanding a little bit. We're going to have a local healthcare and soap maker as well. So we're trying to cover everything you'd expect to find at a farmer's market. All these vendors are normal farmers markets participants. That's where my background is from. But with a different experience in the farmers market, obviously. It's more focused on business and an efficient way for the vendors to get the products to our customers and meet up in a convenient way, and then everyone get back to our families and our businesses.
So essentially, it sounds like a farmer's market online. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, yeah. So with this market, everything is pre-ordered ahead of time. The vendors are only harvesting or baking exactly what's ordered for the customer. So once per week, at the start of the week, the vendors will post an ad on our Facebook group saying we have ABC fresh from our gardens or our bakeries. Customers can comment on that exact post, what they'd like to order. The vendor will confirm that order, and then you pay the vendor directly. So most of us are offering e-transfer or some type of other online payment, or at the pickup in person, cash there, or some of us have different credit card machines. So we confirm it all online. We harvest and get everything prepared for you, packaged in your bag, and then we're hoping for about a 1 or 2 hour window once per week in town. We're working on the Garnet Rickard complex as our delivery location on Thursday evenings. We're just finalizing some of the details, so we have to follow the group for that. And the farmers markets are awesome, and we like them. We're mostly small producers, and farmers markets are great, but they do take up a long time. And sometimes it's hard to know what to bring, and it's really impossible not to be wasteful in one way or another. And we like having those experiences and the music and everything, but sometimes it's just about, it's about exchange, it's about getting food and then getting on to the next thing.
Well, and it couldn't have come at a more timely time, right, to be launching a program like this. So what do you see as pros and cons with all of this, of everything that's going on right now and this program that you're launching?
Yeah, well, the timing is really curious, and they do kind of work hand in hand a little bit with social distancing and with minimized trips. So the first Reko group in North America opened last year in Coburg, and I was following that, and over the winter I've been working on opening this up over here. So it kind of lends itself the right way. The things that maybe don't work is, we're not going to have anything for sale at the actual pickup. So if you forgot to order something, unfortunately for that week, you may have missed it. Where there's only a limit to, eventually how many vendors we can fit in there. So, that's why eventually we can open up different Rekos and spread it around like that.
How many vendors then do you expect on the max? Like what do you?
I think we're gonna end up launching with between 7 to 10. I mean, yeah, and as things change and this maybe this market has more acceptance and people understand how it works from the community. I mean, it was a bit of a challenge getting a location. I spoke to a lot of people to explain this, and we're only there for an hour. We're not putting tents and setups and musicians and all that right now. But as people start to understand it more, I think it'll grow and spread around. I mean, right now in Europe, in Finland, and in Italy, where Rikos are very popular, they've remained open as an essential service. They've changed some of their guidelines, like maybe everyone with the last name A to L has to come in the first half hour, and everyone else in the second half hour to space things out a little bit. It's really adaptable like that, which is great, you know. But with any outdoor market, I guess the biggest thing is I'm looking outside and it's starting to snow right now. Is if it rains, then that kind of sucks because we're not inside a building. But again, it's very much like you walk up to your meat vendor, here's your bag, and we're on our way. So it's very umbrella friendly.
Cost-effective way for farmers as well, rather than setting up and paying fees. I mean, let's be honest, everybody wants to try and save money with, the customer also having a benefit in that they know what they want, they can order it and then receive.
Definitely. It's a lot of this is with the vendors in mind. Markets are very expensive. Besides our time, they require sometimes special insurances. They require all different types of marketing things you need to bring with you. So we're like, there's no real big structure to this. There's no cost for vendors to join at all. We all are professional businesses with our own business liability insurance, inspections, and so on and so forth. And that's what we're using to present ourselves to our host, parking lot host, that we're all legitimate. We're trying to stay. We're talking to our health departments, the municipality, to be on board with them and everything. But it's funny though that that's one of the things that is there's a lot of barriers to that, to running without a structure and without fees and without a budget. And we're not a not-profit. We don't collect money. We don't pay taxes. It's not really set up like that. The whole food system getting permission to do things like this. They want everyone to be an entity and to somehow be a part of the system. And that just creates a whole bunch of bureaucracy and fees. So we're trying to avoid that. It's really hard. But at the end of the day, we're just, 10 vendors meeting up in a parking lot with a whole bunch of customers and sharing what we're doing online already.
Yeah, that's excellent though. Now, is there, what does REKO stand for? Is it short form for something?
Just a Finnish word that, as far as I know, means fair consumption. And I mean, the brand did so well in Europe, and it is spreading around the world. So we liked so much about the structure that, it was really good to kind of copy that over here and adapt it. We have a website, rekocanada.ca, where you can, log in and see all the developing Rekos and find one in your neighborhood. And if you have a favorite farmer or baker and you wish that they got their friends and open this up down the street, send them that website and let them know. We're also now working with actually provincial farmers market organizations and authorities and showing them what REKO is and saying, especially in these times, maybe this is a model that a lot of farmers markets are closing now. The market I'm participating in, the Clarington Farmers Market, we're up in the air. Maybe this is a model to get us through for a couple months until we get back on track, or something to keep on for a long time, because it's online shopping. I mean, you get to view everything. We do a really good job, businesses and people with social media, getting to know each other, sharing stories, having transparency about our farm, not just showing the nice vegetables, but showing the dirt and the work and the ovens and the bakeries and whatnot. We need to turn that into a tangible sales relationship for customers and businesses as a benefit to both of us. Let's use this technology, power's in our hands, and let's make this last a long time for all types of small businesses, not just food related, I guess. Okay. That's where I see it going.
So when are you expecting to launch this and give this the green light go?
Yeah, we're just kind of waiting for a few more vegetables to come around, maybe. We want to open up and have a lot. So all the maple syrup producers are kind of finishing up all their packaging of the year. A lot of our vendors aren't about, huge, expensive heated greenhouses. They're about unheated structures, a lot of recycled structures. And just, it's amazing how many vegetables will grow at this part of the season or over winter from last year, but just not tons of them. So we're letting a few more things come online. So in the middle of May is when we're expecting. I guess May 14th will be our prospective date so far. We're just, again, there's a lot of back end to this and behind the scenes trying to get everything checked off with permissions and approvals. And, 5 groups of 5 gatherings, we need to be on board with this. So we're refining our COVID procedures. You'll see a lot more information about that on our Facebook, and an update hopefully very soon with the exact start date.
So do you want to share what the Facebook page is so that if people want to like it or follow it, then they can keep current on what's happening with Bowmanville Reko?
Yeah, just search it up, and it's Bowmanville Reko, R-E-K-O. That's it there. And if you search up that Reko, the Coburg one might pop up as well. You can see they're doing deliveries right now. They've been doing deliveries once per month all winter. So you can jump on board of theirs next week and get to know about us. Yeah, and recocanada.ca. So either way, you'll find all the different vendors there, links to our own individual social media profiles, so you can, like I see that transparency, get to know us, ask us questions. We're all different types of, organic, certified, naturally grown, people following a lot of different ethical and sustainable growing practices. So ask questions. Now's the time.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing all this great information, and happy to talk to you.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
I wish you all the best with this endeavor, and we'll keep in touch, and we'll keep posted on what's happening with it.
Very good. Thank you so much. We'll see you all out there. Bowmanville Reko. Have a nice afternoon.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.